It's gonna be different, but we're born to live and be who we are, and that's naturally different. You know, God beings, loving beings, well beings. You know what I'm saying, to all beings. How I like to normally start off is very simple. I got my own little arithmetic of flow that I go through. So within that aura, within this conversation, I would like to start off that flow mode, flow Joe. My energy, ecliptic. Loves, circle persona. Self love, best love, world love. You knows my honor. Greetings, that be your host, JaMes Peter BasTiEn. In peace, prosperity, power. It's my honor to share my affirmations, visualizations, and unison manifestations in all satisfaction. The mind, body, and soul is to grow in all facets. Presented in procreation, this is MB9T Podcast Show. May you be at peace in whatever the action is proclaiming, ascending the greatest of all satisfactions, like your goals a bullseye, your actions the dart. Believe in you no matter the ending or the start. For your life, such precious life, must you claim it. Being in love with you unconditional. Today's title episode. Being in love with me unconditional is the love that I have for myself to showcase myself in the moment of time. In the moment of time, we normally separate what we love dearly for ourselves, from ourselves, and we deteriorate the things that we don't like, the imperfection, right? We attempt in doing those things by hiding it. We attempt from doing those things by not holding acknowledgement to such things, not being accountable to our circumstances. So if the mirror present me, where else should I go to find a better result and clarification of what I present, right? So realistically, hardship is a part of life. Some of us have different hardship than others, right? Some of our hardship is physical to where everybody can see it, is visible, I guess, to that perspective, right? And some others may not. So, as a godly man that I am and that I serve to be to myself and to my universe, this was the only limitation I held to myself. The limitation of showcasing myself, producing this podcast, emulating myself through the moment and every aspect, not just by the vocal, the visualization of my maneuvers, you know what I'm saying, my aura, things of that nature that's been hitting for so many episodes because my own self reflection was stating to me that wait, you got to get to a better place. You got to get to a more secure place in your own beauty to where you feel like you best. And you know what kills me is as you see this teeth missing, I just lost that motherfucker maybe about a month ago. You know what I'm saying? That bit was loose and I had to paint that bitch out. But I say that to say though, because this one was the perimeter to where I'm like, nah, I gotta get that fixed. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna start my podcast. Then I'm gonna go back into the modeling, acting, and all that. And it's like God said, nope, your little scary ass better show the world who you is today. If you ain't, I'm gonna take another one from you. He just took that way. He took it's a couple one. He took another couple, man. But to that I say that's my story, right? And that's for every man and every woman, we have history, right? His story, that woman or man perspective of what was occurrence, right? So you can the way you look at life is upon your history, right? It's upon your perspective of things, right? So where somebody may see failure, maybe from finance, from um lack of dental care, right? Or maybe they think I just don't take care of my dental personally to where it got like that, right? So those three admiring factors of what somebody can view me as, I'm aware and I hold accountable to myself because I know where and why and how I am as I am today. You know what I'm saying? So that I guess confident for me naturally come from me being my own parent, learning that like in this lifetime that I'm living, that there's some people their world forever, no matter what age they're going to be, that they're going to have a lot of people answering for them or doing for them. And in a lot of ways, I'm grateful and thankful that I didn't have a lot of people answering for me in life. There's two sides to that. I'm gonna be honest, and the front load to that reasoning for me is that accountability, that ownership that I've been able to take in life, the ability to find ways, find resolution, right? So that for me is the power. The weakness that also serves for me is that assistance, right? Iron sharpen iron. All that is a facet of having help, having a group, having people around you that do for you, right? So, and all for me, if you know polarity, if you know anything about duality, right? There's many virtues of life, right? So for me, my foundation is set in the gray area, right? So my favorite color, the aura for my life is purple, right? Because when you think of what color is purple, purple is the mixture of blue and red, right? And for most people, that's the blue pill, red pill of life, and right. And so for me, I look at the purple pill that would be to my pill in the sense of equilibrium, right? Equality. So for me, rather than subjectively coercing things into a box or placing labelization into people, places, and things, I learned that the current label that I seek or see such thing as to be is inevitable, right? That it could be there for maybe days. It could mean that for days, weeks, months, so on, maybe years. But the longevity for me to say that this, what I see as this today, gonna mean that tomorrow. That's the that's the knowledge that I learned into the lifetime that you got to be prepared with the inevitable that is life, which is change, right? The cultivation of humanity is through change, right? Because a child doesn't become an adult without the idealization of change, right? Um, a birth of a child doesn't occur without the process of that fetus turning into an infant. So within life itself, the change showcase that to you, right? So I don't know why I'm losing that, but a caterpillar, right, progressing into a butterfly. Everything have in life to showcase a progressional state, right? Even getting better at anything, skill sets, right? It's a progressional state. Some of us have the ability to get better at it through repetition. Some of us may be able to get better at it because we have a passion about that particular thing. Some of us may have the intellectual property to alternate or correlate the understanding to what we're doing that makes it a quicker response than most people could. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in that sense, really, today episode is about that self guidance that we all are born with, that unconditional love that we all should know, but for most of us is tallied around living a life appeasing others, right? Placing your self worth, your own self love, a passion, putting those things behind in attempting to figure out what's more priority to your surrounding by people, placing, and things. You know what I mean? So in that same beginning for me, where like I said, the limitation of me not doing videos, the limitation of me not maybe going out more in the aspect of the showcasing the artist because I'm waiting for me to financially get myself in a better place to financially assist my circumstances through the dental avenue, right? And as like I explained to you minutes ago, what I was so deteriorated to showcase just this. Now, now the world made it even. I wouldn't even say worse, but even showcase to me like and better say it right. And I think it's not just me dealing with this sort of mindset or this sort of lifestyle, right? I think going through life as we live in this social media phase of life where success is kind of predicated to career path. It has success in a way has a particular image or a view of what it is said to be, right? So because of that, and there's a maybe 1% or less of those whether they're happy truly based on what they're doing, truly because of the people that they have around them and stuff like that, right? There's a 1% of successful people that I feel like their life is just being copied by other people. Maybe that 1% is being copied by that 10%, and then the 10% is being copied by the rest of the what's that 80 what that is 89%. Yeah, I ain't that dumb. Yeah. So so for me it's like the guideline that's showcasing what success is. I feel like it's taking the perimeter for all of us to live our life to the fullest, right? So I can give you my example from that perspective, right? The writer, the musician, the artist, the poet, all these different facets that the universe gave gift me, I would say, in capability throughout my lifetime because I have this circumstance right where my breath was misaligned, which then deteriorated my dental alignment, which I actually take the factors of my some of my tooth getting loose and obviously having me having to pull them right. So in that notion for me, it was always that perspective of you got to get to that place where you 100% complete, 100% complete. Like that means my smile is perfect. That means um, that's really it, to be honest. Like, well, that's really something I would say honestly I help because I think everything else I'm down for it. I'm always like direct, even with my dental. Like I rock goals or the capper for like a year or two, and after that, I'm like, bro, what is this? Like one, they were uncomfortable, and two, I'm like, it is what it is, right? But what I'm saying is, in short stints, for me, I hindered myself, right? I limited myself for my mind at the time, thinking that like I was doing the best for myself. Like, oh no, like I want to get myself to that place where I don't feel insecure about my teeth or anything to that fashion. So that's when I'm gonna go ahead and pursue that, right? So then now you put back your modeling, you put back your acting, all these different creative realm that you're able to do freely, right? With this idea that like, hey, within 6 months, within a year, within 2 years, I'm gonna get back to it. That's not how life works. Life definitely doesn't work like that. And surely life will showcase to you the moment you take your time and energy off something else going to be magnificent in a sense of importance to you, right? So realistically, as much as you would like, or for me, not you, but as much as I would like to have that ability to say, okay, this is going to take this amount and that's all it is, it's never like that. It's never that easy in life, right? So for me in that resolution, me thinking I was empowering myself from that mindset of like, hey, rather than doing something where you feel like you average or something, just wait till you get great. And for me, greatness was like lacking the ability to smile in my pictures, taking great pictures and all that, but not doing well. Having that slur in my words because of my throat being misaligned and stuff like that. But for most people, obviously, for you seeing this visual, you just like, oh, he got missing teeth. That's all the problem is. But realistically, it's more of my breath, right? The misalignment of my throat really is the reasoning to that. Me going to dental offices and attempting to get that assistant, they're telling me it's a lot more. It's a lot more work to be done before they even get to the teeth part or part of it because of my throat misalignment and how sensitive that could be, to say the least. Yeah. So in conclusion of that, in this conversation, for years, it was all about me getting to that place where I felt like I could love myself unconditionally. And that's not the case. I love myself unconditionally, but what I'm saying is, I thought in order to showcase to you who I am, you would have to love me unconditionally based on if I don't give you nothing that I feel is imperfect about me, then I wouldn't care anything you say. But because at that time, or even before with this mindset that I have now that I'm presenting to you, right? Before that thought process, it was like, no, no, no. I'm not gonna be somebody begging or chasing money from this idea. Like people are fucking with me on this aspect. Oh, he got missing tooth and he asking for money. No, I want you to fuck with me because my art is really dope. I want you to fuck with me because my mind is really that impeccable. You know what I'm saying? So I utilize so many of excuses of like why I shouldn't do it, or why it's gonna be corny for me to come out this way, or why this image that I may have now today is gonna be everybody image of me tomorrow, the next day, and so on and so forth. And it just got to a point I'm like, again, like I just explained, everything kept putting that on hold, right? I'm an adult, which means I got to take care of my bills, so on and so forth. So all the money that I would say I would have for my dentist, something happened with a car, like just now, you got to save up for the car. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Bills that might be eroded. You know what I'm saying? Different aspects. So you can never be 100% in a place where you can tell your life, let me put you on whole life because this ain't the right time for me. Your life is your life. So for me, I wasted a lot of years of my life allowing it to be dictated off when I will be or when I will do what I feel right to do. You know what I'm saying? Rather than going straight directly and attacking my life, you know what I'm saying, for the better. You know what I mean? So even if I really think about it now today, right? The success, the failure, right, goes to the same process of me working on my success. So putting my failure on the shelf actually gave it more of a longer time to persist, right? Rather than working on it day in, day out, right? So let's say if I did place the vote of confidence of like, man, just fuck it. Whoever see it, who cares, right? I may have had, who knows, those who really fuck with my art off the top, like, man, just, I don't care about none of that. I just want to, or let me help you. I know this, my uncle or doctor, you know what I'm saying? So, however, and vice versa. This still right now to this day, this may, like I was saying with my insecure mind prior, it may be a hinder, right? Where for some people, it's like, oh man, who is that dude? That's so ugly of his smile, whatever. I, right? So both in everything in life, you always gonna have a dual side or dual ability of seeing things or doing things, right? So, and the conversation for me, it's about having that confidence for yourself, right? So learn from me, right? If you're younger than me, if you got goals and ambition, if you're older than me, it's never too late. Just do what the fuck you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Aim for your life. You know what I'm saying? Aim, aim for the goals that you got set in mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody dictate how great you can be. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody dictate who you are to be. And for a lot of us, that signifies how we view ourselves, right? Based upon how the world view us. But realistically, we don't realize, like again, we're walking art. Like we as human beings are walking art. This is just another expression. These are just expressions, right? But who I am is deeper. It's deeper than the color, right? It's deeper than the flesh, right? Who I am is the intuition that flows in my mindset of what I'm looking to galvanize throughout this lifetime. And who you are is in that same pigmentation and deep consciousness, right? But realistically, for most of us, our life is control in the exertion of what's showcased outwardly, right? Losing that ability to for us to fulfill the inward, powerful, intuitive insights, right? In hindsight, what I'm speaking on is you get old enough, nobody's perfect. You'll learn that, right? But the time in your life where you need to learn that the most is the time where we learn to follow the most. So you'll get old enough, you'll learn that nobody's perfect, right? But in the primitive time of our life between the ages, I would say in as early as from, let's just say, forget 12, the teen perspective. Let's say from 10 to 16, or no, say 10 to 18. And the reason why I'm using this time frame is because majority of us didn't love ourselves unconditionally throughout this time, through those time frames. Majority of us spent that time frame awaiting to get to that next age, right? Whether you was 10, looking to be 11, 12, 13. A majority of us in that time frame was living life from the perspective of outside. What is love? What's not love? Right? We never, not say we never, because everybody was not raised like most of us, right? There's some special breeds out there, special breed of human beings, special breeds of mothers, fathers, special breed of daughters and sons, guardians that were able to embellish this. But what I was going to say is that self-love is not something majority of us are predicated to practice within ourselves, right? Treating ourselves as how we want the world to treat us. So because of that, like I said, from 10 to 18, majority of us, based on how our surroundings define us, we didn't define ourselves. Rather, it should be flipped it. We galvanize to our society of who we are and who we're setting to be, right? Because we're building, right? We're building and branding the best version of ourselves. But realistically, what society does is it tells you to, it doesn't tells you, but it showcases you in time practically that you're going to hold within your care passion and assure that you align yourself to the care passion of what the world says is important. And that is when you live a whole life a lie. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the kid that's into athletic for the wrong reason, right? Whether it's the family pushing him into athletic, whether it's the pressure of seeming to be cool from a society perspective of like that's what cool guys play sports. You know what I'm saying? Cool guys, I don't know, have a car. So all these different idealizations that we put out as society we then naturally define ourselves through these different outskirts, right? Through these different outlooks, like, oh, I'm into sports, oh, I'm into music. I'm defined as this because I'm dressed cool. So I wear Jordans, so I'm a Jordans guy. Like, and all that does is just separate the full human experience of being you, right? Because now you done socialize yourself into different groups, right? Into different settings. So now you finish them from that age frame 10 to 18. You then now what you want to do from 18 so on for most of us is now we want to become more of what we said to be based on society definition. And it's a repeating cycle. It's not too many of us that actually get the cultivation of saying, my childhood is for me to love myself and learn myself so that my adulthood could be in peace. It can be in tranquility. It can be in joy of me matching my perpetuity. And the majority of us don't live life through perpetuity because it's matched through doing what you gotta do to survive. The majority of us are stuck on survival in this society, right? Even with money, even with the finest women and so on and so forth, a lot of people are stuck on survival, right? Because if you're not growing, what are you doing in life, right? When you really think about your most joyfulest time in life, you was around growth, right? You was around some sort of euphoria, right? You was in some sort of euphoric stage within your own mind that gave you a thrill to live, that gave you a rush to say, man, I want to do more, I could be more, I could seek more, right? So all that is it's a part of you cultivating what's powerful to you. And the only way you can know what's powerful to you is when you start learning you, staying within, right? And the moment that happens, nothing that somebody can say, do to you can really define that. And this is where, for me, if you know me, you know this is who I am forever, right? And I'm over here worrying about some fucking people on YouTube with horrible, disgraceful comment, but realistically, there could be some people in real time not saying it to my face, but thinking that way. So what the fuck does it matter anyway? You know what I'm saying? And then here's the most here's the most important reason why I must, and I mean I must do my live shows now, right? We all gonna fucking die anyway. That's a knee slapper. We all gonna die in this bitch anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have a worrisome about, especially to live in fear, that is fucking absurd. Because again, if you know fear is something that I made up. It's not real. Danger is very real. You know what I'm saying? Like a hot water. You know what I'm saying? It's a danger aspect. It can burn your skin. Or cold water. It's a danger aspect. You can catch hypothermia if you're sitting there too long, right? So danger is something real, right? It has a feel behind it. It has an effect behind it, right? The causes and effect align. Fear is something that's just mentally based on the product that you made off your own imagination. You know what I mean? So, like I said, in time and in person, if you know me, this is who I am. I don't hide the inability. I smile when I need to smile. I'm not hindering that. And I would say, to be honest, I had to take accountability from this notion. I'll be transparent with you, right? Because, like I said, in person, I am who I am. I'm not into none of that catfish shit, none of that bullshit. I feel like that's one of the most disgraceful things that another human could do to another human, right? Like, especially not only fuck you lying to that person, you lying to yourself. Like you pretend to be somebody else, but to appease somebody, just so disgusting for me. But what I would say that at least for me, I found myself being that person, and I'm gonna give you the true story behind that, right? So online dating is not really my feng shui. I'd rather meet a female in person just off the because again, silence is a powerful conversation that you can't entail by virtual conversation, right? The eye contact, the eyes itself has another form of communication. So I go in and out sometime where I'm just interested, and then sometimes I just get back on there because I work a lot and I barely, you know what I'm saying? Like if I go to the beach, nature trail, stuff like that, it ain't really a place where I'm going to go try to holler at a woman. Or to be honest, is really no. I'm not a clubber. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I don't have an idea of like, ooh, let me get some pussy, chase pussy. I've never been a pussy chaser. I just get it mutual. You know what I'm saying? I love my phalluses aroused because she's everything that I want, and vice versa. Her yoni's wet because I'm everything she desires. You know what I mean? So that's been my whole movement with a sacred energy exchange, which is sex for most of y'all. It's the most beautiful thing when it's mutual. You know what I'm saying? Like when two adults come into a understanding that damn, this feels right, you feel right, I'm the right one for you. But anyway, damn, I feel like I just lost my train of thought with that one. I sure did. I sure no damn fucking lost my train of thought. Which was really, if I could really sit back and think back to what I was just thinking about, sex and the mutuality, fuck. How do I like this? Is the worst way to finish a podcast. I'm so embarrassed right now. And no, it's not audio, so I can't pause it. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta roll with the motherfucker punches and shit. I'm trying to. I'm over here talking and faking it, but I swear on my body, on my soul, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck we were just talking about, man. And that's the worst because it's harder to get back to that topic because you're so fixated trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But if I could tell you anything, I'll tell you I love me some motherfucking meat to the end of me. And I can't lie. I can't lie. I don't know. I don't recall what I was just talking about. But I would tell you this. Through my sexual experience, yeah, it's mutual for me. I'm intrigued with the power system that comes with men and women uniting in one. You know what I'm saying? But through it, I'm so annoyed because like every time I try to talk, my brain keeps trying to push me back to that fucking point because I'm like, damn, I can't get that back. But in all, no, seriously though, self love, the best love. The only way we can get the world love. You know what I mean? I think in a way, I wanted to have a little bit more clarification with this episode. I do feel like I was in line a little bit, but I do feel like there was a little tantrum ran through in a couple different examples that I gave, and I wholeheartedly apologize to anyone that may felt like the topics were changed a little too much for them. And again, I'll do my best to have a labelization in time frame between my thought process and words. And yeah, normally I do utilize my phone for particular topics and stuff like that. But like I said, today was a freedom, free mind, freedom, freedom. Like you think freedom, but I say freedom. You know what I'm saying? Allowing my mind to just really be as the artist, the philosopher, the lover, the thinker. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and back to the whole point of that for this episode, man. It's love yourself unconditionally. Um, nobody will love you the way like you love yourself, and that's one key that you gotta hold on to on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? That like No matter what somebody's doing for you, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be like that all the time. No matter what somebody said to you, like nobody by word should make you feel as good or as bad that you yourself couldn't make you feel, right? Meaning that so if you somebody impacted by words, then you should be a person that like can alternate words within your own realm, right? If you somebody impacted by affection or what people do for you, you want to be able to hold that same accountability to yourself, right? So that way nobody have that weight over you, right? Because if it's always for you what somebody did for you, how they make you feel, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to actually take into appreciation what you do for yourself because it's always going for you at least based on your experiences. It always going to feel better when somebody do it for you, and that shouldn't always be the case. Um, Affirm, visualize, manifest is another term that you'll hear me say a lot. You know what I'm saying? Your affirmation is again is your wording or your citing to what you want to get done, and obviously implementing those wording or citing into visuals and into you seeing those things getting accomplished is that second step. And thirdly, you just want to align those two. You know what I'm saying? The wording, the the uh, the visualization, and implementing that into action, which is the total the totality that complies into manifestation. Peace, prosperity, power. That's with every second of every hour. You know what I mean? For me in the tranquility, the way I live my life, those three P's are my P words. You know what I'm saying? Peace, prosperity, power. So with peace, I can find prosperity, and within prosperity, I find my unison and everything in life regarding people, placing and thing, which is the ultimate power, right? Because what is numbers? Power numbers is summed up by the unity, the units, I should say, and unity itself is equated by one plus one combining to make two. And with that being said, I'm gonna just go ahead and chop it off there, man. Again, I thank y'all for anyone that's been rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get a view of Mr. BasTiEn for the first time by a live view aspect. Well, there you go. There you have it. And oh, before I cut off, I knew I was gonna remember. Okay, so yeah, so what happened? What happened was like I was telling you, like the social dating app and stuff like that. Like I'm a very transparent person and so on and so forth. So for me, being that like I said, not doing videos or on my podcast and stuff like that, and not smiling through my pictures was me having a feeling of, oh, I'm gonna wait till things get better. You know what I'm saying? And then what occurred was, to be transparent, was because I showcase through FaceTime. I don't whatever. But anyways, I met a young she was not younger than me actually. But anyway, I met a wise woman, I would say, and she's like, "You got beautiful tone and stuff like that. Why don't you smile in your pictures? You're such a beautiful person." And this was by phone, and I never done this before. If somebody and somebody, if, I believe I was asked that prior, and I was just like, "Yeah, right now, just hard time. I'm going through dental or circumstances, but I'll get them done." And for me, I froze the fuck up. And it was the first time shit ever happened to me. I lied to this girl. I'm like, "What I said?" And she's like, "Yeah, you just don't smile." I said, "Oh, I be smiling. I smile a lot on person, you know what I'm saying? It's just not really through pictures and stuff like that." And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. So what you doing?" I just switched the subject up because I knew to myself, I'm like, "Why didn't you just do like, especially if you want that person to like you for who you are?" You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I spoke to her for like another 2 minutes and made an excuse like I gotta go. Bro, when I tell you I felt like a piece of shit, cause I'm like, bro, forget her. You just neglected yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just disrespected yourself. You know what I'm saying? Lying among your own circumstances, among your own reasoning why you're not smiling right now. So for me, it took me about maybe 2 days or so, and then I sent her messages like, with pictures and video, like, yeah, my apologies, but this is my current status, this, that, and the third, and left it off like that. And that happened a couple of weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. But long story short, but again, that's what I was trying to express to you earlier, to why that also cultivated me to do that. Cause I'm like, bro, this ain't you, nigga, or sir, man, a man. This ain't never been you, bro. And for me, my life, I've been too thorough. I've been through. I live I live too much of a real life to pretend for anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the business of pleasing people. You know what I mean? Like that ain't what JaMes do. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be him to the day that he die. Motherfucking God. You know what I'm talking about? So hey, my energy eclipsed it. You feel me? I can't apologize for that. I can't even ask you to excuse me. If you ain't fucking with it, you know where you can put that at, you know what I'm talking about? But anyway, yeah, for me, that was one of the most, even worse for me, having the days, I guess you can say I lost my teeth, whatever, just that. That was one of the most demoralizing days for me. Because I'm like, damn, dude, I would never thought I wouldn't accept myself like that. And for me, it was a cultivation of like, bro, you either felt like this woman was supposed to be everything that you desire, but why would you even lie to her? You know what I'm saying? That was such a weird thing for me. And the way I operate, my brain, I'm an analyzer. You feel me? So naturally for me, I analyze my action, I analyze my thoughts, so I can be honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody holds control over my action and thought. You know what I'm saying? So why not be accountable to it? Like being a person where if I'm on Instagram for 30 minutes an hour, I take accountability. Like, bro, what you been doing over here? Like, what? Why am I taking accountability? Because like, bro, I'm the one that's, you know what I'm saying. I could, you know what I'm saying. What's the word? Energize my brain. Or I can de-energize it based on what I'm putting in it. You know what I'm saying. I could place. I could put knowledge in his brain. I can put stupidity. I can put sex. I can put. You know what I'm saying. So it's like once you realize you are the gatekeeper to your life in the sense of what you're intaking, what you outsourcing, what you insourcing, however you want to comply that word. I know I look at dead. I know I look at dead ass retarded. Whatever you want to comply. Hey man, I'm tired of fooling around, man. I'm tired of playing. I'm over here goofing off on myself, man. But again, it was an honor, and today was a beautiful. I mean, it's possibly the best episode I ever had, man. Just um, being me. I love you, boy. Sir. Been a long time. You was aboard now, but again, it's been another episode of MB9T Podcast Show. I'm your humble host, JaMes Peter BasTiEn. Um, Self love, best love. The only way we can get the world love. You know what I'm saying? For us to make this a better world, the world start with the world that we have, which is our world, and we gotta love that world to make the outer worlds that we match, that we merge with, better worlds. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I can really finish that off. But again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your cooperation. Um, if you ain't see the mirror today, if you ain't realize who the best person in your life is, and that mirror ain't tell you it was you, well, I guess you can use me for the moment. You feel like you ain't that well, I'll take it off your hand. Hey, I'm out though, man. I'm done. How you end the stream? I'm trying to figure this out. Y'all don't judge me, man. Okay. Okay. I'm finished. This is over. Okay. I think it's over. No, not yet. Okay, bye bye. Okay. End stream.